like '06. About then.
Oh no, you're crazy. No way, dude. I was running around Baltimore City going crazy to Rubber Band Man. Are you nuts?
She feeling saucy, I'm feeling sturdy. I got a 4-piece, up in the 30. They tryna hold me, she like Curry. They feeling salty, I'm feeling sturdy.
Okay, moving on to the last music topic. Next verses is set up to be 50 versus Game. It looks like where 50 said the only stipulation is Game can't use any records with him on it. So Game can't technically use Hate It or Love It, How We Do, or West Side Story, or any other of the major songs that 50 was on. So how do we feel about that versus? Who you think comes out on top, and how you think people react to it?
Game's got some shit in the tuck, so if 50 ain't careful, he might not win that, even without the shit that they did together.
I think Game has some good music, but I think 50 just has too many anthems. Like Game has a couple, and then the ones that he can't use really make it hard for him. But I think 50 takes it just because he has more music that resonated with more people, even though Game's very underrated.
Yeah, to be fair, like those same songs 50 shouldn't use either, right? So,
Well, what
I mean,
songs have Game on it that he can't use? Like
uh,
those,
all the ones you
you take
mentioned.
away those from 50, but we wouldn't even really put those in 50's things if we're being
Yeah,
honest.
fair enough.
What do you think, Roy?
I think that I stand tall on my first point. That shit is gonna be whack. Um, Nobody. This shit is turning into WWE, bro. Like
I agree.
nobody fucking care. Why? Why them two? That won't be the greatest and best verses. Stop playing with us and give us something good for the people. This shit ain't for the people that
Oh,
right now. This shit is right here that they doing with Jeezy and this nigga and this. This is for the blogs. This is for the media. This is the smoke screen.
Well, Roy,
Like
what verses do you think would be qualified as a great verse?
ain't is not is gonna have to be legends. That's why
Ooh,
yeah.
DMX and
There's not a
Snoop.
DMX. There's not another DMX and Snoop Dogg around
Yes,
though.
there is.
Like,
There's a Chris Brown, Usher. There. That shit would be lit.
well,
you can't do
How
either
the
one of those.
fuck you gonna say you can't do that, but you could do 50 in Game? That
well,
Well,
50 in
well,
Game is
first
like
off,
the same nigga.
Well, first off, Chris Brown has beaten multiple women. Second off, Usher has he's in court cases right now trying to give people the fucking clap without telling them. So I don't think that anybody wants to listen to either of those people. That's why that doesn't work.
nah, I think the problem is
Nigga, Chris Brown is still making music. Usher is still making music.
I
All of
think
Yeah.
that shit
I
is
think
in.
the problem with that verses is that Usher is a little bit has a little bit more, what's the word?
Usher's one of the greatest
His
artists of all time.
he touched a little bit more generations than Chris
Yeah.
had.
Yeah. He's one of the greatest artists ever.
Where Ti
There's
I
had
no
that
feel
way.
problem.
like
Where
I
Ti
feel
had
like the
that problem.
generations are is just equivalent, and
Well, you can't say that because Ti had that problem with Buster because you had leaders of the new school and other shit that Buster
Ti,
had.
yo, my nigga, Ti can't fuck with no,
What?
yo,
Hold on.
Ti.
Wait. You're
What
not about to
Ti
say that.
catalog could do to any like Ti has like how many studio albums does Ti have?
Quite a few.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
Y'all niggas better start talking some definite numbers to me. Like
All right, I'll
I
pull
don't.
it up right now. I'll pull it up right
And
now.
then how many good studio albums? Ti was been on since like 2000, 2001, bro.
Yeah. The last album he
You
just came out with was
all
great.
right,
It was like
so
2019.
look. So Ti comes out, he has a 20-year stretch, and you want him to go against a nigga like Busta Rhymes?
All right, hold on. I'll clarify everything. So, album wise, I'll start with that one. Album wise, Ti, I'm Serious, 2001. Trap Music, 2003. Urban Legend, 2004.
Amazing.
King, 2006.
Also
Okay.
Ti
amazing.
versus Tip, 2007.
Also amazing.
Paper Trail, 2008.
Trash.
No Mercy, 2010.
Also trash.
Trouble Man, 2012.
That was okay.
Not very good.
Mixtape, Fuck the City Up, 2013.
That don't count.
Yeah, I don't listen to that.
2014 album Paperwork.
That
After
was all right.
that, it kind of we got older Tip where us or else Dom Trap 2018 and then
Yo,
recently.
Dime Trap was an amazing album. First off,
So
Dime Trap was an amazing
basically, that's 10 albums that I count that really like count. But
And features. Don't forget Tip had a lot of features.
I give Tip's a great businessman. He's a great family man. He's a great comeback story. But when it comes to quality of music, it doesn't translate because Tip is in one lane, and that's the South. His sound didn't start to change up until about I think when you named The King, like '06, about then.
Oh no,
When-
you're crazy. No way, dude. I was running around Baltimore City going crazy to Rubber Band Man. Are you nuts?
I said his sound didn't change. I'm not saying he wasn't hot. That was hot because it was in the timing that it came out. He was a trap. He was talking trap shit. We didn't know what that shit was. He was lit. We fucked with Tip.
Yeah.
But when did that sound? He had to come out of that shit. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Because niggas started to emerge using that same sound, and so that's why this nigga started doing hits like crossover hits, the shit with Justin Timberlake, and when they killed his man, you know what I mean, and all that kind of shit. So his sound didn't evolve into mid his career. So how you gonna put his catalog up against somebody who has an evolutionary sound? Like Buster shit change like all the time, like from Leaders of the New School to mid 90s Buster to early 2000s Buster to Pastor Cavassier Buster to like you can't really put.
Well, yeah, that's what we were saying. Where Chris Brown, it would be T.I. and Usher would be Buster, where he just has a little bit more of a generational reach and sound and transcendence.
I feel like Chris Brown with all the shit that he does. Yo, Chris Brown got hits that's not even hits.
Right.
That's where Usher got hits, like just hits up here.
Right.
Chris Brown got shit that ain't never make it to an album.
Yeah, so
that's fire.
It sounds like you're trying to say that Chris Brown is somewhere close to Usher at all.
I'm not
trying
Breezy,
to say that. I'm trying to say it'll be a good versus. That's what I'm trying to say.
I would say Breezy and Drake would be better. I wouldn't say
My
Breezy
nigga
and
keep
Usher.
trying to make Drake an R&B nigga.
Well, I'm just saying because Drake has a bag that can.
Dude, there's
go
no
up against
way
that
that
bag.
anybody is beating Drake in an R&B verse or versus battle in general. I don't think that Drake.
Fuck it. We might as well just put Drake up against Buster. Fuck it.
Yeah. I think that makes sense. That makes sense.
You know
That's
what?
probably the only person.
I think Drake's competitors are Kanye,
Never.
Breezy.
Okay, first off, I thought we were never mentioning Kanye ever again.
I love Kanye.
You know what?
I'm always
Fuck
going to
Kanye West.
Besides the
I wear a size 13.
Besides the personal stuff
I
with
need a pair of
Kanye, if we're
350s.
talking musical wise, Kanye has made some great contributions across the board.
Yeah, I tried to listen to College Dropout, and I could only remember him saying that Trump is his father.
I like the Beautiful Nightmare joint.
The beautiful, My Dark Twisted Fantasy, College Dropout, The Graduation.
I want to remind you guys that this guy dressed up like a fucking ex-con and went to
I even like Yeezus. Yeezus was good.
Yeezus was a different sounding album. You had to
That's
find
why I like it.
Why do we do this? Like, if we can't, then we should not take Kanye West. I'm confused. Why does it matter? Why does it not matter who you are, the type of person you are, and Kanye West's position, but it matters in R. Kelly's position? That's confusing as fuck.
Joe, we R. Kelly's music is great. We're not talking about what he's done. We're talking about
never listen to R. Kelly again. You can't underhear when he says my body is telling me yes.
What I'm saying is before we knew what he was doing, and before we wanted to
before we knew then.
Before we wanted to believe in what he was doing, his music was sounding amazing.
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't
just
look at that in his music at that time. We're talking about that.
To me, that's just kind of emblematic of the culture, the things that we didn't want to believe when we knew that. Like, we knew what the fuck he was talking about.
I think that's wrong.
Knock it
I think that's wrong. I think that's wrong.
And 95, I knew there was something wrong with this fucking guy.
Age
ain't nothing but a number, and I was fucking 12, and I'm like, okay, there's something wrong with this.
Listen, that was a Aaliyah song. She had parents. She had people around her for the time that what R&B
I
was.
understand it. I understand it was for money. I get it. Listen, I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying we can't sit here
And
say
the mid
in good
'90s
faith
was
that we didn't know.
predicated on relationships like that. That like, not to defend R. Kelly, but growing up in the '90s, how many young bitches I seen fuck with older niggas, drug dealer niggas? That was the culture, my nigga. Like, that wasn't. It's just that shit was celebrities. Like, that shit goes on in third world countries all the time.
It
Little
still happens
girls
to
that's
this day.
14, 15,
It
they
goes
go
on-
and
it
they
goes on
parents
here.
sell them to a fucking 35-year-old fucking working man. Like,
It
that
still
shit
happens
is
to this
regular
day.
shit.
Yeah, that doesn't make it right. I want to be clear here. We do
Doesn't
not
make it right. That
Not
makes
at
it
support
culture.
this.
That makes it their culture. And that R. Kelly shit was, I guess it was our culture. And so, like, hey, it got exposed.
Listen,
and
it's-
people
it's
said,
not-
yo, that's fucked up.
It's not him. It's just, you're absolutely right. It is the culture. And I think that's the only thing I'm saying. Like, a lot of times we have these bad faith arguments where we'll say, oh, damn, rest in peace, this person, that person. And, we got to stop the violence. When in all actuality, we don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say all the time, yo, drug dealing is bad, but as soon as I fucking get off of here, I'm going to get in the car, I'm going to turn on 50, and he's going to talk about how he's going to run up on you and shoot you in the face and feel nothing about it. And I'm going to be like, yeah, that's fucking hard, and that's what I love. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that, like, sometimes we just got to be a little bit more clear here and have, like, better arguments about what we're actually feeling. If we want to fucking make any real substantive changes. And we just can continue to elect Joe Biden, the man who was friends with a segregationist.
She feeling saucy, I'm feeling sturdy. I got a 4-piece, up in the 30. They tryna hold me, she like Curry. They feeling salty, I'm feeling sturdy.